Hey guys, sorry for the late. There has been some technical issues regarding the live stream, and that thing I have to troubleshoot in live. So the whole thing got delayed by half an hour. Hey, Tarak, hi. Sorry, folks. There has been a late because of some technical issues regarding the live setup, and I have created 2 3 streams and deleted them, and then this is the final setup that is working. Sorry for keeping you in wait mode. So hi Tarak, and those who can hear my voice clearly, please hit the thumbs up so that I can see that people are joining here. Hey Tarak, thanks for commenting. Let me read out your comment. Currently, I joined MTech in microelectronics and RF, that is, I think, radio frequency, right? Please guide me for placements, sir, and how to prepare for and all. So, Tarak, recently we have created a video. I think last Wednesday it was released. I think that applies for both the BTech and MTech guys, right? And there is another video where you can see that how to apply for the internships. That video, if you go in the video section and search there in the videos page, there you will find, or you can go to the Q&A, there you can find, and that video will guide you. I'm not talking about internship, the same method that is used there to search for any internship or job. Now there are two kinds of job available in the industry. There is a bulk hiring, which is done by the placement on the campus, and there is a off campus. And trust me, the 20% is done on campus for VLSI, and 80% hiring is off campus. So when you are in the position where you have to apply, right, for a job or search for a job, okay, you can wait if your college is giving you something that you can board on, right, some campus arrangement there. Otherwise you can go ahead and search for the jobs. So in the intern, how to search for the internship or how to get an internship, in that video I have shown you that in LinkedIn you can do how you can do the filtering and all, and you can uh, go to the recent postings of the jobs and the internships, because I think the search method is just okay for jobs and the internships. The two different keywords will find you out the different listings. And Tarak, another thing is that here I would like to mention that we are creating several episodes in the Q&A. So these are the experiences that me and Munmun had in the VLSI industry, and we are sharing with you even before asking, because many questions are asked by the Tech Simplified TV viewers, and many question we can anticipate, and those all are going into the Q&A track. So please follow the Q&A track. So that Q&A track will help you, and all the videos in the Q&A track will help you to get a definite direction. So in Tech Simplified TV, nothing is paid, right? You can go ahead and watch any playlist that is for any series, or the Q&A where we discuss individual topics. And say we are seasoned in the industry more than a decade. So me and Munmon both are seasoned in the industry more than a decade, and we started from academics. We then went to research, then to the VLSI industry. We worked in the topmost VLSI companies. We traveled abroad, and we have interacted with a lot of people in the industry. So we gather a lot of information. Okay, these are not information that you can find in any textbook which is released. Maybe you can find over any e-commerce site like Amazon, Flipkart, or that. So we jot down our experience. Based on your questions, we answer you. And in this live session, I take uh, the opportunity to meet with you live and answer the questions. And whatever you have there in your mind, please put down your question. I think Tarak has put a question here which I am able to guide him, and lots of resources are there. In a live interaction, you have a chance to discuss with me. Although you cannot talk, but I can see your comments, and I can respond accordingly. So people who have joined, please hit the thumbs up button, because that will help me to check how many people are there actually listening to me or watching me. Okay, so uh, that's the thing. And another thing, we are continuously publishing in the Q&A track, R&D track, SNA track, all these experiences and all these opportunities which is upcoming. Different track means different things. Like Q&A is mostly from our experiences that we got in the more than a decade long journey in the semiconductor industry, starting from academics to research to the VLSI companies. So we have traveled a long path, and we have jumped from one island to another island. And when we club, like my experiences plus Munmun's experiences, so it makes a large area of coverage. And myself actually still connected with many folks in the VLSI industry, so we get a lot of update from there and we share with you. And another thing is that we made this channel that so that you can come up and see what is happening in the VLSI, because frankly speaking, there are educational channels, but whatever in the current affairs happening in the semiconductor industry, there is no one is publishing video on that. Few channels may be there, but they speak or publish for their own. But what we do is a generic thing, what is happening around you, what can impact you in the future. If you have some insecurities, you come up and write down the question. Hey folks, please hit the like button in case you are able to hear me and see me, uh, and my voice is reaching up to your ears. Now there is another thing. If you do not break your shyness, right here, this live session is why I create the live session. There are two things that I maintain here. First thing, hi Lakshmikant, I answer you before that. Let me finish my sentence. The session, the live session that I keep here is to break your shyness, because when you grow up in an academics background, you have a teacher student relationship. In the industry, it has to be broken, because you have to be flexible in a 360-degree format while interacting with people. So in first course, you can break your shyness here with me while you type in and I give you the answer. You can reply me back in the chat box. So that will be the first step, right? Your grooming, right? The purpose of the live stream is also that, just to break your shyness, your inertia. Basically, some inertia is with you when you are coming from academics and you're starting in the industry. So you have lot of if, but, all those things going in the mind before you ask anything in the industry or in talk to anyone. But here in this live session, you have the opportunity to talk to me, ask anything freely, because I am not your manager, I am not from your company, I am not going to quote your question in your appraisal session. So you don't have that fear in your mind, so you can be free. At least here the thing is that you can be free with me. Just be free with me and talk here. Whatever your question is there, whether it is technical, whether it is non-technical, please come up and please ask your question. Please break your shyness. That is the most important thing in the industry. So another thing, I see that Sai Vamsi has written a comment. Okay, let me, previous to that, I think Lakshmikant has written some question. John, and John has asked another question. So John, if you go to my LinkedIn profile, you can see whatever companies I have walked through. You can go there. I think you can find it in the page of the Tech Simplified TV, or if you search my name inside the LinkedIn, you have a profile provided there, so you can find the detail. Okay. And here, let me go to the question of Lakshmikant. Can you suggest some topic or subject that I can prepare for campus VLSI companies? Okay, so we have already published a episode, right? I think 2 3 weeks back, or maybe uh, like that. So you go to the Q&A, right? Q&A page. There you will find there is how to prepare for the VLSI interview. I think there is one episode we have published. Munmun has the ownership of that Q&A track now. She has prepared the material and all. There we in detail we have talked about what you need to do in your homework to face any interview, technically, non-technically, all those things. So please go ahead and find that episode. It is very recent. I think within 1 or 2 months. I think within 1 month the episode is there. So another thing is Sai Vamsi has asked, placement for digital design engineering. Please guide me what to learn first. So digital design. So there is a episode here, the learning for VLSI. So if first you go to Q&A and find this episode, learning for VLSI. There you will first get the first list of pointers. Next, your question is the digital design. Now there are a lot of kind of designs in the digital. So there are 4 episodes, continuous 4 episodes is there back to back. In the Q&A itself you can find 4 type of job domains. So there is, so everything is under the hood. So whatever you want to know what kind of jobs or domains, you can watch those 4 episodes, right? I think how job types are there. If you go to the Q&A, there you will find it is there. The question itself asked by a channel viewer, and I have answered that in 4 episodes. I could not answer in one single episode, that's why I made 4 episodes. And there I have answered about the different domain inside the VLSI. Some has overlap, like if you are working in digital, right, you can also be applicable for the analog mix signal. What is the analog mix signal? So where the analog and the digital couples, right? So there your digital skill is also there, and you can have your experience in the analog. So based on your inclination you can pick up. There are 4 videos continuous in Q&A playlist for 4 different job domains, or more than 4, covered in 4 episodes. That will help you. And learning for VLSI is the episode. And recently we also published another episode regarding the direction and the digital design. Now if specifically you are talking about digital RTL design, then what to learn? So first thing is that, yeah, so Sai, yeah, I am talking, just I reached the point. So for RTL and Verilog, right? So Verilog, VHDL, system Verilog, all those things you can learn at the beginning. Also, you must learn the methodologies for verification like UVM, OVM. So Accelera has a website. You can go there and they have materials that you can download and learn. Those are industry standard. So I think those things you will not find anywhere else. And there is another site which is called EDA Playground. There you can go ahead and try the codes, different things in a live session. Like in the browser, in browser live, you can try out the codes. Another thing, we have made episode for 15 different VLSI softwares. There we have covered a lot of free and open source software for VLSI. There you can find about the different softwares like iVerilog, which is for the Icarus Verilog for Verilog simulation, GHDL for VHDL simulation. So all those things you can go ahead. I think Icarus Verilog is also compatible to the uh, system Verilog. So you go ahead and pick those things I have guided just now. And John is asking again, is there any suggestions for analog design people? We can expect any topics from the analog people discussed. Hey, I have created the analog uh, job domains. I think in the 4 job domains episode I have just talked now, there I have explained where the analog people can apply for. And yes, there will be a coming series on the spice, right, which is a building block of the analog design. So because VLSI is a vast domain, analog things will be coming up. And I think once the Verilog episode finishes, Verilog series finishes, after that the spice will start. Okay, So it's in pipeline, so please wait for that, and subsequently different thing will come, but I cannot disclose everything going ahead. But yes, for analog there will be things. And in case you have a specific question about specific thing in the analog, please write down in the comment so that I can prepare for a FAQ or a Q&A episode based on the type of the question, whether it is a complete deep technical, or it's a kind of different experience based thing, right? Experience based things will go into the Q&A track, and the academic things or the deep technical things will go into the FAQ episode. So please put down your question in case you have any technical question specific you are facing, or you have seen somewhere but you have not seen the answer. So those things you can put down. Those tracks are there, different tracks. I think there are several tracks in the Tech Simplified TV. Apart from the full length free courses, there are Q&A, FAQ. I think several. I think R&D is there. SNA, Semiconductor News Analysis. Please watch all these episodes, because it will broaden your horizon. Because you have to broaden your horizon to live longer in the semiconductor field. Say if you are just joining a job and you are sitting in a cubicle, that is the start. You have to start from there. But to continue your journey in the semiconductor for couple of decades, you have to have your horizon expanded. You must see what thing are coming. So please watch all the different episodes, that will open up your eyes. Otherwise you will be staying in a cubicle, and there will be very limited with the company's view, because a company generally does what, it actually restricts the names even, so that you cannot look beyond its horizon. But your horizon should be greater than your company's horizon. You must learn what is going in the semiconductor world, different companies, and where you are working, how that is well connected with the different companies. So I have made one episode there. I have uh, it talked about different ecosystems, the VLSI ecosystems that exist, different type of companies, how they interact. Please go ahead and watch that episode, so that you have the first step to go in a top view. So this is a kind of bird's eye view, so that you can get. And Prakash, I think Prakash has asked a question: how the PD engineer jobs in India? Hey Prakash, one thing I tell you, PD, there are two kinds of job. One is the designer PD, means where you go in a design. Second thing is application engineering. So application engineering is a very high demand field, because say if you start with a small company or startup, right, in a designer profile, maybe work in 2-3 years, then you jump onto the application engineering, because you will get the thrill there. Because the application engineering, like different product companies, like the tool companies, right, Synopsys, Cadence, Mentor, all of them have application engineering. So they always have up to date tools, up to date technologies, which you have to learn and deliver to the customer means your design houses. So in that case, your PD profile gets enhanced year after year in the advanced direction. So PD has two different direction. One, you can go ahead and choose a designer. You sit in the cubicle, and entire life you spend there. Different design. You switch companies and you switch design, different types of. There is first thing of the PD. Second thing, you go to the PD profile for application engineering. There you initially have some experience, because application engineers are not hired from scratch. They are hired from either from internship or from a experience position. So you gather some experience in the PD, and you jump onto some application engineering, maybe in the tool companies like Cadence, Synopsys, or Mentor, anything. So that will help you to excel over time. So it's not only getting the job, it's about you completing your journey over the semiconductor over years. That is the thing. So you get a job, that is, I think, that's the thing that comes to your mind as a student, right? I have to get bag a job, right? Yes, you have to bag a job, and after that what? Everything is blank? No, you have to run for decades, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years in the semiconductor industry. And how you are going to do that? Tech Simplified TV actually gives you that different direction, and we enlighten different directions, so that you can actually make a progress in your career. To be very frank, when we are working in the industry, no such kind of guidance was given to us. we proactively started this thing so that we can actually guide people to different direction, and people can have at least direction. And at least in this live session, when you are talking with me, you don't have the fear that with butterfly in your tummy, that my manager will ask this question or point this question in the appraisal section. No, I am not your manager, so I'm your friend here, uh, and friendly host. And I am hosting this live session so that you can actually ask your question. Please be free, put down your question, break your own barrier by yourself. Here, this is the live session, is a good opportunity that you expand your views, expand your horizon, and ask the question, because we continuously publish episode, but to interact with you, what you are thinking, what you are actually asking, what is going on your mind, where you have doubts, for that this session is very important. Those people who can hear me, and please hit the thumbs up so that I can see that how many people are actually watching me and listening to me live. So folks, I think I have um, answered all of the question, and anyone has any follow-up question also can put down. So I think John has asked a follow-up question, and Sai Vamsi has also asked a follow-up question, and I think all of your questions are done there, right? Let me sip some water because I'm talking loud already, so my throat is getting dry. Hey Prakash, it's like to get a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Thank you. And other viewers who are watching me, if you have any kind of butterfly question in the stomach that actually bothers you, but you cannot ask your manager or colleagues, because if you have a fear that that thing might come up, and that you may be questioned against your question, that why you ask this question. So sometimes there are questions that those are your doubts, and that make a butterfly in your stomach, but actually they are your doubts. You want to clear them and to go ahead and sail through your journey, but those people interpret that you want to leave the company, or you are against the company's profile. So don't ask those questions in your company. Please come in the live session, ask me. Okay, I'm here to guide with more than a decade of experience across different domains and different companies, starting from academics to research to the VLSI companies, and I have across several companies and several profiles. ASI, thanks for the thumbs up. So please break your silence. I because I am talking here only one sided. Although YouTube do not give any options to talk, any push talk button for you, but gives an option where you can have a chat with me and at least come up, where at least you can have some flavors with me, right? Questions and all those things that you can ask me. So let me recheck anything I have missed or here. Tarak's question is answered. Lakshmikant's question is also answered, and Vamsi, I think also. John is okay. Prakash is okay. So anyone else have questions here today? Waiting for you folks. So put it down. And folks who are recently joining the industry, please put down a comment in case you get benefited from Tech Simplified TV content. Please express that gratitude, and we will make a video on that, citing your comments. Okay, we generally after a certain time we keep on publishing this kind of uh, videos, because when you acknowledge it, we acknowledge it back. So, and another thing is that when you are there, if you are getting helped by the Tech Simplified TV, so the Tech Simplified TV is a unique concept, and it has to reach to the people. Please share with your friends and colleagues, and where they can get connected, because this kind of channel I think is a very unique concept in the VLSI, right, or the IT, where a person who has worked more than 10 years across different domains and hosting this kind of channel. So generally channels in YouTube channels, people are maybe beginners or may have just starting in the in after the teenage, right? Most of them are there. Very less experienced people host such channel. So I think whatever I have experienced or Moon has experienced together, so that's in our mind. We have to share with you, and I think this is a good platform where we can share with you all those things, all those stuffs in terms of videos, because when we put it into a video, it recorded forever, and it can be played multiple times, because generally questions and answers format, and this helps people who are looking for the answers. So in case you do not have any more question, I will conclude the episode. I will give 1 more minute here to, in case you have some questions. Otherwise, I will conclude today's live session. And those who have came, namely Tarak, Lakshmikant, Vamsi, John, Prakash, and those who have not commented here, a very very big thanks to you. And why I'm thanking you? Because you have made your step where you have broken your broken your the inertia of asking questions. And in case you are, again I'm repeating, in case you are not able to ask any question in your company premise or someone in your colleagues, right, put down those questions here freely. Say another thing I'd like to mention, in the video comments when you write, it generally people search for video, people do not search for comments, so don't be afraid. Okay, and if you ask me that after reading the comment, please delete it, I will also delete it. In case you have such questions, you can put it down, it will go to the Q&A or the FAQ based on the type of the question. Okay, so thank you folks for joining. I'll conclude today's episode, and I have waited for a long for question. I think there are no more questions from the viewers. So enjoy your time, enjoy the weekend, and have a happy journey in the semiconductor. So signing off for today. Bye folks.